In many countries around the world, an increasing number of women opt for a life in uniform, driven by policies to feminize police forces. Today, women account for 9% of police forces globally, on average. In Hyderabad, India, attacks against women and domestic violence reach frightening levels. Police women, like Lakshmi Bulapalli, have made the choice to join the ranks and put their feminine expertise to good use by reducing the crime rate. In Palestine, Lieutenant Manar Amahel and Captain Amal Fadel Maoud are underground for all operations, even the most dangerous ones. In this Muslim state, only female officers can touch women. And as Palestinian women are likely to be searched and questioned, there must always be a policewoman on duty. Immersion in the universe of female officers who risk their lives to keep the public safe. Hyderabad, a bustling city. The city is the 6th largest metropole in India, with close to 10 million inhabitants. Hyderabad, with its new city and thriving businesses, is the fastest growing municipality in India. Jewelry theft, murder, and inter-religious conflicts are just some of the crimes Lakshmi and Hyderabad's 15,000 other police officers have to deal with daily.
So around 3 o'clock, I just got up to go to some task. I do sleep at the police station because my house is far away. I can't go and come. It's important that I have to be on time, so I should be in the police station.
Called in for a major operation, she has to get to the South Zone's police HQ, an area of the old town where she works. Tonight, Lakshmi and 200 colleagues will cordon off an entire neighborhood. They have to carry out several different operations simultaneously.
There are cities here, armed forces. They are on the BP jackets, that's called bulletproof jackets. They are on that. And we have civil constables, we have home guard platoons, we have armed reserve platoons, we have entire South Zone.
Lakshmi and her female colleagues represent just 3% of the city's police force. And yet, in this major operation, they will prove to be indispensable.
It's a joint operation with men and women. If we are searching some woman revolt, so woman is going to control woman part.
First task, arrest 2 murderers on the run. Intelligence suggests that they're hiding with family.
There is a chance that he may run away. So that's what, within a fraction of seconds, we are reaching the destination. We have to take the person into custody.
One of the criminals has committed several murders and savagely attacked many other people. The family take their time opening the door. Precious seconds that could give the murderers chance to escape through an unknown exit. As one of the criminal's mother and his pregnant wife are present, only the female officers enter the house. The women swear that the fugitives are not there. The officers searched the house from top to bottom, while their colleagues searched the neighboring houses. The neighbors could have information about the fugitives. They are methodically questioned.
टोटल कितना है? दो मटर से आसानी है.
At the same time, police have found a secret lab in another neighborhood. It's being used to manufacture medication and food products. Products manufactured without any health and safety controls could be toxic or even deadly.
The crime scene officer in that clues team. He has now cordoned off the things happening here, which is illegally adulteration of food.
These crooks are manufacturing all kinds of counterfeit food products and medication. They even go as far as creating fake honey.
See, honey is come from the bee, but this person is preparing honey artificially. See, this is a honey he's prepared with added preservatives. Original honey doesn't have this white part on the top. Honey doesn't come like this.
India is one of the largest producers of counterfeit medication in the world, sharing 75% of global production with China. The illegal counterfeit medication market is worth an estimated 175 billion euros and is responsible for the deaths of close to 1 million people each year.
Food colors. Food colors, Ankunta. This is the preservatives what they're using. Added preservatives for honey, for medicine, anything. It's a food color with added preservatives in this. You can smell it. It's like,
The police have arrested the man behind this illegal lab. He has no food manufacturing or medical training.
He's an MPhil Master in Philosophy in Arabics. He's saying that he has a doctor with him and something, but I don't see that atmosphere in this area. There's no laboratory such. There is no person as a doctor. There is no one. He does for the money.
The products have been seized. They will be scrupulously analyzed in order to set charges against the trafficker. Ramallah, the administrative capital of the Palestinian Authority, founded on the arid, rocky hills of the West Bank. "80 kilometers from the Gaza Strip and only 15 kilometers from Jerusalem, Ramallah is a tense city with many occupied zones. 8,500 Palestinian police officers are tasked with keeping their state safe. They carry out their jobs in the midst of a complex political, geographical, and social climate. They have to be particularly exemplary. Two police officers have recently been killed in an exchange of fire with drug traffickers from the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade. Here, violence between Palestinian factions erupts often and quickly wreaks havoc. It's in this powder keg that Lieutenant Manar Amahel and Captain Amal Fadel Maoud took their oaths to serve the police. Women in Palestine make up just 4% of the police force. In spite of the danger, Manar has always wanted to catch criminals. At 32, this mother has been on the force for 7 years.
I dreamt of it as a little girl since the Palestinian Authority was founded. I've always wanted to wear a police uniform patrol with other officers, and do something different. My family has always supported me.
The narcotics squad is on high alert. At this very moment, drug dealers are in an abandoned house full of addicts. The squad won't let them get away. Drug-related crime is rife in Palestine, and drugs take a heavy toll on the young. They cannot lose a single second. For Manar and her colleagues, arresting the criminals getting rich from the drug market is a top priority.
شيك خلاص اوكي فتش على الباب وينهم
When the officers arrive, everyone has fled, but they have left behind traces of their stay.
هاي تفتيش لهم هنا هذا بدنا نشيله وخلينا
هذا بس فيه
بيهمش خليهم كلهم مع بعض طيب this is أكياس
Those are hydro packets. In the toilets. Come, see. Film it. Looks like they've been taken.
Yes, they've been taken.
They're empty.
Hydro, or Mr. Nice Guy, is a synthetic marijuana, often soaked in rat poison or mosquito repellent. Hydro's psychotropic effects are up to 100 times stronger than marijuana. This junk is cheap and highly addictive. Close to 1 Palestinian in 40 is an addict in the occupied zones, and the number continues to increase. It is nothing compared to East Jerusalem, where the number of drug users is 2,000 times higher than it was 40 years ago. The officers leave the scene with the deep-seated belief that their war on drugs has to hit harder than ever. It's the early hours of the morning. Laxmi Bulapali and her team are still working after having scoured the South Zone for criminals. During their big operation, officers also discovered an illegal slaughterhouse.
Disgusting, these people, they are not humans. They slaughter the animals and they're like,
Laxmi struggles not to retch. In India, slaughtering cows and calves is formally prohibited. In this country, bovines are sacred, worshipped creatures.
animal slaughtering is prohibited. Yeah, maybe I think it's for the food or something, but that is, anyways, it's crime.
There are thousands of illegal slaughterhouses in India. The criminals would have to spend 6 months in jail.
If you do that, you get more money. So these people, they do this.
Leaving the site of the slaughter, Laxmi admits that she is bothered by what she has just seen.
See, after all, we are a police officer later. But before that, I'm a woman. I'm an Indian woman. I do have some feelings.
While searching the neighborhood, officers spot a dairy that is less than honest about how its products are made.
He is preparing artificial milk. Milk which is natural is mixed up with the artificial, and he is preparing curd, yogurt. I don't know whether it's harmful or not. Clues team is there. They're taking the powder which was mixed, and that has been sent up for the forensic science laboratories.
The dairy is seized. The products will be analyzed in the laboratory and the owners arrested. Lakshmi continues her patrol.
Likewise, how we did in the morning with a couple of houses in that Barkas area. The other people also, they have officers, they have also did the coordinate search, wherein they rescued 21 people in that people are murderers.
While scouring the area, officers arrest wanted criminals. Among them, over 10 murderers. They're all under judicial review, but haven't respected the terms of their release.
Some persons involved with knives, some hit on the heads and something, due to various reasons. You murder?
Yes.
One murder. Two?
No one.
Mister, two. Two murders, sir?
Three, sir.
Three.
One, two, three.
Two.
1 plus 2 is 3.
One ना एक का? दो. Three है? Three murders. We will do these cordon operations once in a month or twice in a month.
Okay.
So that that the area will be cleaned.
The law and order forces finish their big up, convinced now more than ever just how important it is. Today, Captain Amal Fadel Maoud is assigned to security at the courthouse. She's needed to add strength and numbers to the female resources so they can search women entering the building.
We're at the courthouse. There are several different courts here. The criminal court, small claims court, and the court of appeal. They deal with all kinds of different cases, civil and criminal, murders or any other type of crime.
Amal makes sure no women are carrying guns, cameras, or drugs on them or in their bags.
Earlier, I searched a woman who refused to open her bag. It was suspicious. Why wouldn't she show me her bag? So I took her to one side and I searched it. I found a camera. You cannot bring cameras in here. As a policewoman, a lot of my work is searching women. Women that have been arrested or that come to visit people. We have to search them. It's the law here. But a woman has to do it. Men cannot search women.
It's always tense here at the courthouse, and strict vigilance is required. In 2014, over 8,000 criminal attacks and close to 6,000 unethical crimes were reported. Here, Islamic Sharia principles are the main source of law. In Palestine, drug dealers, murderers, and people collaborating with Israel can face the death penalty.
This is a burglary case. The prosecutor contacted me to see the file. A woman stole gold from a house, gold coins and jewelry.
In the occupied zones, 40% of men under 30 and 63% of young women are unemployed on average. For some, stealing is the only way to survive. Back at the station, Lieutenant Manar Amahel is investigating a case. Consumption of this hard drug has significantly increased over recent years. A taxi driver found this pack of cigarettes filled with small packets. he decided to bring it to the police.
Each packet is worth around 1,000 shekels. So that's about 10,000 shekels total that a citizen has brought to the police station. It's an expensive substance, and this pack is worth a lot of money.
Manar and her colleagues are determined to put an end to drug trafficking on the West Bank. It ruins too many lives and makes dealers, who are also involved in weapons trafficking, extortion, fraud, and money laundering, even richer. Today, Inspector Laxmi Bulapali asked to get to the center of the old town as quickly as possible, but the traffic is at a standstill.
I have to deal with the traffic as well in here because it's a very narrow lane. This is the famous Medina. This place is called famous Medina. It's a holy place for Muslims.
Destination, the Charminar neighborhood, an architectural jewel and symbol of the city. Here, a Hindu temple and a mosque large enough for 10,000 worshippers stand side by side.
Today is a day where they call it as Jummah. Jummah prayers are very important for Muslims, and Friday is also important for Hindus. In Old City, we have 2 prayers going on in Friday. To cover this, we have many cameras mounted. People, you can see the police person standing on the roof. That person who is standing on the top can see, can watch everything around. If anything he notices, within seconds, he intimate everyone, everybody will be alert. Just to prevent, we are doing many things here.
A strong police presence is needed for Friday prayers. Conflict could arise between the two communities at any time. On May 18, 2007, an explosion in Makkah Masjid killed 11 people and injured over 50.
It took 1 month for us to control that. They pelt the stones on everyone. They don't even see that they're throwing on their religion people also. They are in a frustrated mood, they just do that.
Everything is running smoothly. Laxma takes advantage of the calm scene to show us the camera system.
Excuse me. Hyderabad City Police, wherein we are very much now taking care of people, properties. If any crime occurs, CCTV footage has been the playing major part in our investigations right now.
For the time being, 8,000 cameras watch over the city. A further 100,000 will be added in the coming years. The recorded images are sent here in real time to the Hyderabad Police Commissionerate. A facial recognition team works around the clock, analyzing information that quickly leads to operations.
This is the live video, and this is the person who has been captured during the live video recording. So what it has done is, since it's already there in our database, it has triggered an alarm. So as soon as we got the alert, we have informed the local police saying that there's a guy who has been alerted by our system. So please go ahead and try to investigate what are the details of this guy.
Over 2 million defendants are already listed in the database.
This is how our database looks like. Each and every suspect or each and every criminal, he might be a terrorist, he might be a robber, something. Each and every suspect will be given a unique ID. So as soon as these guys come across our cameras, we get an alert saying that this number enrolled on this particular person was found there.
Terrorists, fugitives. This camera system has led to the arrest of many criminals, like this murderer on the moped who killed a teenager after the father refused to pay the ransom.
So this guy is working in his house, and he has kidnapped this boy. And this guy called his father and asked him for some money. Since his father denied, he actually murdered this boy.
Lieutenant Manar Amahel can count on her husband, who accepts and understands her chosen career path. He also works for national security, a military unit. He supports Manar's choice, although he admits that he sometimes worries about her safety.
People find it strange that there's a policewoman or a woman working for the police. Because first and foremost, it's a man's job. It's risky and dangerous work. I'm always scared for her safety, especially when she works at night. I call her and I tell her to be careful. I'm in the forces. I know about the dangers we might have to face.
Each day, as she leaves her husband and children, Lieutenant Manar Amahel always thinks about her safety. Every day, Ramallah Police HQ receives over 60 calls requiring police attention. But today, our two policewomen aren't working on an emergency operation. A different, more delicate task is awaiting them in a village on the edge of the city. To get there, they have to take a road under Israeli control. They have to take off their badges and berets. On these roads, they don't have any legitimacy as police officers.
We're coming up to a checkpoint. We will be searched. As you know, it's a militarized zone. We cannot enter in uniform, not even if you're police or an official.
While going through the checkpoint, we also have to turn off the cameras. The occupied zones are divided into three. Zone A, in red, is under Palestinian control. Zone B, in green, is under joint Israeli-Palestinian police and military control. And Zone C, in blue, is under Israeli control.
We're heading towards Betim to serve a court order. We're reuniting 4 minors with their mother. First, we have to go to the father's house to collect the children and explain to him that we have been ordered by the court.
The court has ruled that the divorced father must return his 4 children to their mother, who has custody. Palestinian law establishes that, in the case of divorce, minors must stay with their mother unless she has a new man in her life.
My role as a female officer is very important because we often go into homes where there are women and children. Traditionally, it is preferred that women deal with women.
The police officers are always nervous about this kind of operation. They are accompanied by armed male colleagues.
The father could be in a bad mood. He could be violent. He may want to attack us. Having your children taken away from you is difficult emotionally. So I have to be prepared to face his verbal and nonverbal reactions. I always have to be alert because the situation could easily escalate and become uncontrollable. We've been to the father's house. His mother was there. We spoke to him and explained that the court order states his children have to be returned to their mother. It's the law. So we've taken 2 of the children and he stayed with the other 2. He promised to take them to their mother tomorrow.
The operation went off without a hitch. The officers were not threatened in any way. They will drive the mother and the children home once again along an Israeli-controlled road. There are many operations underway tonight. Laxmi will join 80 of her colleagues divided into 5 teams. They have started their first mission of the night, arresting minors causing accidents on mopeds. Close to 200 have already been arrested.
He's a 13 years boy. He's not having capacity to balance the bike, but he is riding the bike. Even they don't get insurance. So it's very dangerous and dangerous to the bypassers as well as himself only.
15 years.
15 years.
Now that these children have been taken off the roads, Laxmi and her colleagues have another mission: arresting all the men aimlessly wandering the streets at night. For the Hyderabad police, prohibiting men from wandering around at night is an effective way of preventing crime.
These people, if we let them sit in the nights, they can do whatever they like. If a girl moves in the area, she can be teased, she can be commented, she can be harassed, and she might be raped. She might be raped. But more than that, we want to stop all the people who are sitting on the roads without any work. We want to grab them, we want to counsel them, we want to tell them not to do all those things.
Vattepalli. Vattepalli, Vattepalli.
Uttapalli.
Vattepalli.
Hey!
A man wandering the streets has been spotted. The team races through the back streets. These streets are riddled with hiding places. This man doesn't intend on getting caught. He knows that not respecting the rules will earn him a night in custody. Laxmi and her team catch up with the man.
This person, by seeing police, he was running away. I don't know what intention is there, in his mind, what's actually planning going on. Nobody knows this. Now we are going to inquire. We'll get back the truth. This is not curfew, so prevention is better than cure. Of course I'm proud because, see, ultimately, who run is not important, but we caught the people, that is important. But I'm proud as a woman, taking challenge with the men. I was running, of course. I'm happy.
A little later, following questioning, this suspicious-looking group is let off. They had a good reason to explain why they are out so late.
They said that they are coming from a religious prayer in the dargah. It's 2:20 in the morning, early morning, 2:20. No, I'm still waiting to hunt something.
Lakshmi spots another man down an alley. The chase is on again.
Oh, we lost him.
It looks like they've lost him, but Lakshmi's intuition saves the day.
Hey, Bara, come on, Haddi. Bara, पकड़ लिया ना मुझे डाउट आ गया चल साहब क्या बैठ के क्या कर रहे हो क्यों भाग रहे हो I was running for him. He was hiding here. I was running somewhere. My mind is working. क्या करना जा रहा था तू वहाँ पे?
प्रॉमिस मैडम मेरा घर यहीं पे बाजू गली में ही है.
चलो. And there's many male officers. I'm the one woman working. I feel proud. Very good job.
Soon, Lakshmi will be joined by more female officers. The authorities in Hyderabad aim to increase the number of women on the force by 30%.
There is no sexual harassment. There is no any type of harassment.
Recently, 3 murders occurred, 3 killings occurred due to unnecessary, irresponsible and indiscriminate moving in the midnights without any objective. That's why we want to make a community very safe and secure. So frequent operations of these kind of things crime rate will be automatically down.
These men will all spend the night at the station, where their identities and records will be checked. They will be charged tomorrow morning. Amal and her colleagues head out on a mission. They absolutely must find a businessman found guilty of financial fraud. The officers are traveling in an unmarked van. Some are armed.
We treat each suspect as a threat. They could be carrying a gun or a knife. It's a potential threat to our safety and our lives. That's why we take precautions. We gear up for it. We carry pistols, handcuffs, and batons on this type of operation.
Amal and her colleagues reach an address where they believe the fraudster is hiding out. The building is all in darkness. Court order in hand, Amal and her colleagues will have to be patient.
When we're on an operation, the number of officers sent out depends on the suspect. Our information helps us decide whether the suspect is dangerous or not. When we arrive, the whole unit rolls into action. Officers stand at every exit so that we surround the building and prevent the suspect's escape.
No one answers. They leave empty-handed, but they have another address to try. At the same time, Amal's colleague, Lieutenant Amahel, heads out on a mission with the Special Security Forces, an elite group tasked with the most dangerous operations.
The special police is hot on the trail of a dangerous wanted man. We believe he's close to the police station. He was spotted where we store seized vehicles. He was hiding between the vehicles. We're gonna check what's going on.
The suspect is wanted for a violent crime. He's believed to be dangerous. It seems that he's hiding in the vehicle impound. Vehicle trafficking between Israel and Palestine is one of the most commonly committed crimes here in the occupied zones. The criminal got away. It's time to head back. Back with Amal and her team. They're now arriving at the wanted businessman's home. There's no sign of the fraudster. His wife and children are there.
We came in search for the man. We've completely searched the house. He wouldn't have been able to escape.
The man isn't there, but Amal leaves very clear instructions.
We have notified the family, his wife and son, that we are actively looking for him, and that it will be in his interest to turn himself in to the police because we will find him anyway. The court and judge will take it into account when sentencing him.
Criminals can always go underground in Zone C, where only the Israelis have any power. If this happens, the Palestinian police cannot do anything. At this time of day, the citizens of Ramallah are heading home. Traffic is heavy. Lieutenant Amahel and her colleagues are going to seize the opportunity and set up a roadblock to check passengers' identities. The goal? Arresting wanted Palestinians that are evading the police.
We do checks to ensure that the driving license, registration, and ID documents are regulation. We keep the traffic moving. It's Maghreb time, sunset. There are a lot of traffic jams. We find a lot of cars transporting wanted criminals at this time of day. They always hope there won't be any checkpoints at night, but we're always there. We don't inspect all the cars, but we do often find wanted individuals.
2 hours later, the officers returned to the station. Everything was in order. But the officers know their operation was worth it. Their maintained pressure and visibility is a deterrent. A short cricket break for the officers before lecturing their detainees. The children arrested for driving mopeds and the man arrested for being on the streets at night have been transferred from the police station to a stadium where their families are waiting for them. They have to attend this public reprimand. Honor is a fundamental value in India. So, having the police publicly shame you for being dishonorable is a very real punishment. The parents of the minors and the men who have been arrested have to repent in front of the crowd. It's the only way to pay off their debt.
Tell them what is right and what is wrong so that they should not be in trouble little later.
The reprimand ends with everyone reciting a promise out loud, a promise not to commit the same crime again. This afternoon, Lakshmi is at her police station, one of Hyderabad's 3 stations for women. Lakshmi leads a team of 17 who record complaints and investigate crime towards women.
Women domestic violations, harassments on women, rape cases, women murder, any related women cases has to be investigated by women only, women officers. The girl is a victim. His husband, he beat her, he scolded, he violated all types of laws what a woman have. She's pregnant.
Once she has her superior's authorization, Lakshmi will arrest the violent husband. In India, the criminal code is very clear. Physical violence towards women is a crime.
Physical assault, yes, we have to arrest. They are not even supposed to lift the hands or scold.
Today, India is taking very strict steps to reduce violence against women. The country has introduced female-only police stations and has increased its policies for hiring female staff within the police force. Lakshmi intends to rise in the ranks and do everything she can to help her country in this fight.
Yeah, I want to be big boss. Certainly. You can see me and you can imagine how the woman in Hyderabad city or in India doing dual and triple role as a working woman, as a homely woman, as anything, as everything. And please don't think that India is not safe. India is very, very safe, and please do come.
Today is a day of mourning for Lieutenant Amahel and Captain Fadel Maoud. They will give their condolences to the family of their colleague killed a few days prior in a firefight in Nablus. It's a huge loss. The 27-year-old officer had a 3-year-old son.
We appreciate you all, men or women. We don't care whether you're high-ranking or low-ranking. We have the same feelings as you. May God be with you.
He was our brother. May God give you patience. You see, you're a police officer too. Are you a traffic cop or in the special forces? You're a lieutenant like me. Yeah.
Despite the very real danger of death linked to their work, these 2 female officers have the firm intention of continuing to work in law and order and to give the force everything.
There is no limit to my ambitions within the police. My love for my job and my conviction in my role give me the strength to carry on.
Manar's life is also dedicated to the police. She hopes her family continues her legacy.
One day, I hope to see my son and daughter in uniform for the Palestinian police. I hope to be able to take their photo in front of Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque.
An increasing number of women can be found within the ranks of the police, and they easily prove their worth. The 30% objective held by most countries is still a long way off, but with time and through the evolution of traditions, the goal can be reached.